You want to see how to use brow gel to get this look? Stay tuned for the tutorial. Here I'm using Physicians Formula brow gel in the color brown. You can use any brown gel, specifically Dip Down by MAC, to do this tutorial. You take an angled brush, this is a 266 brush or something similar from MAC, or just any angled liner brush, and wipe off some of the excess gel, and then lightly stroke and carve out the shape of the brow. Then you just want to push that color up into the brow, and then use a clean spoolie to mix it in with the hairs and make sure that it coats all the hairs. Then you want to take a concealer that's about 2 shades lighter, preferably, than your skin tone, and carve out the top and the bottom of the eyebrow. Now here I'm just going to use my foundation to run it through the eyebrow to brighten it up a little bit, and I'm just using a clean spoolie, and I put the foundation on that, and I'm just going to run it through the brow hairs to brighten up that brow gel color. Then I'm going to use the lighter concealer that I used before and brighten it up even more, and this is like if you wear blonde hair or something like that, it helps to brighten up the eyebrows. Using a foundation or concealer brush to blend out that concealer, and then after you do this, then you can go ahead and proceed with your full foundation. Hope you ladies enjoyed. Love some. If you want to see a new updated eyebrow tutorial, stay tuned. I'm using Ruby Kisses, brow polish, and shimmering gold. They only have 3, so get the one that matches your eyebrows and skin tone. I'm just going to run that through the hair that I have left on my eyebrows. Then I'm going to use Spike Pencil and MAC by MAC. I'm going to draw the top line and the bottom line. I'm going to shape out my eyebrow and give it a nice arch. This is why I cut the end of my eyebrow off, because it just grows straight across. It's no shape to it or anything like that, so I create my own shape. So I didn't go all the way to the beginning with the spiked eyebrow pencil. I kind of wanted the beginning of my eyebrow to fade naturally. So if you notice at the top, I didn't draw a line at the top. I just brought the bottom line up, trying to make it as natural as possible. Then we use NC 20 concealer by MAC. I'm just going to carve out the eyebrow. This is how you get that perfectly arched eyebrow. Even if you have hairs that need to be tweezed or waxed or threaded, the concealer just makes it look like you just came from getting a wax. You're going to use NC30 Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC. This is the sample jar that I have. I'm going to go across the top with it the best I can with as steady hand as possible. And then I'm going to blend that up. And then I'm going to smooth it out. Then I'm going to use a brown gel liner. This is by Physicians Formula. You can use MAC's Dip Down gel liner. It's amazing. I don't have it, so I just use the next brown gel liner that I had available. I'm just going to darken the outer of the eyebrow. I'm going to use more of that Prolonged Wear NC30 Concealer by MAC. And I'm just going to put that in the beginning of the eyebrow and blend it out with a spoolie to kind of make it more natural, faded looking even more, if you understand what I'm saying. Then I'm going to use the Banana Powder by Ben Nye, and I'm going to put that over the concealer so it doesn't shine. So the top of my eyebrow needs a little more filling in naturally. I'm going to use a not so harsh color this time. I'm going to use Lingering by MAC. And there you have it, the finished eyebrow tutorial. Love some! Alright, here's another eyebrow tutorial. Also, I'll put some links down below for other eyebrow tutorials. First thing I want to do is use Embark Powder by MAC. It's an eyeshadow. I want to use Fix Plus by MAC, and I'm going to wet my brush and dip that in the Embark. And then try and fill in what little brow I have left. I shaved the rest off because I can't get that high arch like I want. My eyebrows don't naturally grow that way. So I shaved the outer half off. It's a personal preference. Do as you please. Do what works for you and do what looks best for you. This is just what I do in my house when I do my makeup. So go ahead and draw you some kind of eyebrow shape. Don't be afraid of messing up or drawing outside the lines because the concealer is going to clean all that up. Then you can take cork and you can put cork in the beginning of the brow. But unlike I did here, make sure you clean off the brush first to get that embark off. And again, with the embark, you can start a little further back on the eyebrow to get more cork on the inner. So this is Sasha Camouflage Palette, and I ordered this on Google. It was about $10 for 5 different concealer shades. So I just Googled it, Googled the name and found out where to buy it. Then I use an angled brush to outline, and this is called carving out the eyebrow. You carve out the eyebrow. So I put concealer on the top and the bottom to give it that really clean, perfect look. Also a highlighted look. You can use whatever shade concealer you want, preferably a shade or two lighter than your skin tone because it just gives a natural highlight under the brow bone. And on the top, you can use a concealer that's the exact same skin tone as your, exact same color as your skin tone instead of using a brighter one here like I did. And then the bottom part is the highlight color, so you don't necessarily need makeup. It gives you an automatic highlight at the bottom. Then I'm just cleaning it out, thinning it out. I'm taking a brush, like an eyebrow brush, and just brushing the powder into the hairs. Then I'm just darkening in the outer part with Spiked Pencil by MAC. Where the hair stops, I'm just drawing a darker, deeper line to make it look as if there's some hair there as well. And then just sharpening that edge with my 2 fingers. This is Ruby Kisses Brow Polish. The name of the color, they only have 3. The name of the color has been taken off on the tab. So out of the 3 that they have, whatever, you can go to your beauty supply store, get the one that best complements your skin tone. And this is used to help brighten up the brow or lighten up the brow a bit, so it won't be so harsh or so heavy. And you can use the same thing, a spoolie with some concealer, to also brighten up the brow a bit as well, so it won't be so harsh and so dark. Then we're going to take the Ben Nye, and this is another way you can use the Ben Nye banana powder. And I just Googled this product and I found out where to buy it. And I'm using that to set the concealer on the top and the bottom. And that's how the before and after brow looks. Yeah, baby. It looks like it's growing out of my head. All right, so, and these earrings here, I'm going to have a link down below about these earrings if you like those. And I'll talk to y'all later. Love some. Hey everybody, it's Miss Montana from 1900montana.com, and this is a new makeup trick that I learned for eyebrows. I'm doing it two different ways here. One with the pencil. This way that I'm showing now is one with just the powder. Now the second one, you'll notice I have a pink top on. I use the powder, the pencil, and a gel liner from a department store. Now here on this particular clip, I use a Embark MAC eyeshadow to fill in my brow, and now I'm using a really light concealer that's lighter than my skin to outline the bottom and the top, and I'm using an angled brush by MAC, and I'm just blending it down now. I'm going to do the same thing for the top, outline the top with the concealer, and then blend it down as well. Well, blend it up, I'm sorry. Now, the new makeup trick that I learned was to use a liquid makeup about your skin color or a little lighter, and you take that liquid makeup, you put it at the very tip of your eyebrow, the part that's closest to the nose, and you blend it in with a spoolie. But I'll show you in the video. But that's the new tip. It makes it look more natural. Now here I'm just blending in the powder with the spoolie at the very tip, so it won't be so harsh and look so fake and drawn on. But the liquid makeup tip is so great. I love it. I'm using it from now on. And the liquid that I use is a light makeup from MAC called Studio Fix or Studio Fluid. There's the makeup. Any liquid makeup that's about your skin color or lighter is great to use. I'm just putting it on the very tip. You can use anything to put it on the tip. You can use the spoolie to put it on the tip of your eyebrow and just blend it towards the eyebrow in order to give it a nice natural faded look. I love this. I'm using my concealer brush to you use your concealer brush to shape the beginning of the eyebrow. You want the bottom of the eyebrow to extend out a little longer towards the nose, and the top of the eyebrow to, start to go back a little bit. But you definitely want the bottom of the eyebrow to extend a little longer out than the top of the eyebrow, so it'll be going at an angle almost. So you make sure you blend in that concealer, that really light concealer. You're going to use our face powder to make that color not stand out as much. But also the concealer at the bottom of the brow and the arch is great for your highlight base, in addition to any other base you're going to use. And that's about it. The second clip, I have a pink top on. I use the pencil, the gel liner, and the Embark powder. But any brown eyeshadow is what you can use, similar to what I use. But like I said, it's Embark by MAC. Any brown gel liner or any brown eye pencil from any drugstores is perfect to get the same look in any light concealer or liquid makeup. All can be bought at a drugstore. Just it has to go by your specific skin tone. All right, enjoy the rest of the video. Questions, comments, and concerns that I have not covered, please leave a comment at the bottom of the video. I'll do my best to answer your questions. And like I said, as far as makeups use brown or black. I prefer not to use black though, but a brown eyeshadow powder, brow powder. Use a brown pencil. Use a brown gel liner. All can be purchased at a drugstore. Use a lighter concealer, lighter than your skin tone, can be purchased at a drugstore. And also use a liquid makeup that's your color or a little lighter, can be purchased at a drugstore. And then use a face powder that's close to your color to powder down the highlighted area above your eyebrows. Alright, ladies and gents, this is my eyebrow tutorial, kind of updated what I've been doing lately, and I'll try and remember to link below the original eyebrow tutorial that's already on my channel. I'm using use a brown pencil, any brown pencil that you have, and underline and overline. I'm overlining here how you want your brow shape to be. Give it a little arch there. And towards the end of the eyeliner, I'm sorry, toward the end of the eyebrow, where your ear is, this side is where you want to put most of the color and to have it darker, but you want to lighten it up towards your nose. But this is where you want to designate all of the color, is toward the end of the eyebrow. Well, this is just what I do. It's so many different ways to do your eyebrows, but this is just what I'm doing. Next, I'm getting a little brush. You can get a makeup brushes. They sell brushes that are similar to this with a comb on one side and a brush on the other. Get a brush like that. This one here is just a eyeliner pencil with the top just happens to have a brush on it. Then I'm taking this spoolie. I'm just like softening it up a bit, I guess you can say. And just darkening back up, softening back up, getting it perfect. It's working. It's a lot of work with my eyebrows. My eyebrows take the most time. Then I get a concealer that's lighter, about 1 or 2 shades lighter than what you would normally use your skin tone. This would be the same color that you would use to highlight under your eyes, basically. And with an angled brush, any kind of angled brush that you have or can buy from a drugstore or makeup store, that's what I use. It's more comfortable for me, more precise. You just outline the bottom and the top. This gives it that clean cut, perfect, and then the concealer highlights it and makes the brow just really stand out. So I extend just a little bit past where the eyebrow ends, near the bridge of my nose. I extend out past that. Usually I don't do this, what I'm doing now, draw a line down the concealer at the beginning of the brow, but I'll soften it up so it can look as natural as possible. You'll see later on in the video. And I outline in the top, trying to make it even. You'll see some brown color is missing, and I'll just fill that in later, but I was trying to make it even. Like I said, my brows take the longest time to do. I'm messing up left and right on this eyebrow, but you can definitely fill in and erase with the concealer as you see fit. Now I'm going up higher than needed because it really gives that highlighted effect when I finish doing my brows. Yeah, I don't know why I'm messing up left and right, but yeah, I am. I guess I was rushing. I don't know. I apologize, but there I go, fixing it, filling it back in. And that's with a brown pencil. So now I'm just cleaning up that line again. You can go back and forth, cleaning it up, adding color, cleaning it up, adding color, as much as you want until you get it to your liking. Plenty of times I have erased it, wiped it off altogether, and started over because I was just like, oh, but one thing I do know, that eyebrows will never be sisters. They will never be exactly the same. One will be higher than the other, and it's just crazy, but you do the best you can to try and get them perfected. You see I shaved half my eyebrow off on both of my eyebrows because both of them grow so crazy. One of them grows higher, the other one has like a widow's peak, and it's just never, if I wear my natural eyebrows, it's never going to be even. So I just do not wear, I just cut off the edge of my eyebrows. And it's easy for me to draw them on any kind of way I feel. and it's always perfect whenever I'm done. So that's why, because I know you guys are going to ask, like, why do you have half of your eyebrow missing? It's hard for me to go out in public like that, but yeah, it's what I got. And I've never thought about doing tattoos. I never want to do a tattoo. Never want to do that. If I can find that henna, the Indian ink that they use for the temporary tattoos, I would buy some of that and try that, but I don't know where to buy. I saw it at Sally Hansen one time, some time back, but I haven't seen it again. I was looking for it online. So if you guys can find a link to that or where I can buy it, inbox me. I love to try that out. So here you see me just cleaning up and blending into my skin that concealer. And I'm taking this spoolie to the concealer and I'm going to soften up the beginning of my eyebrow over by my nose and soften that up and make that look as natural as possible. The other side I want to do is going to look better. The eyebrow is going to be totally different once I'm done. But the other eyebrow looks a lot better than the one I'm doing now. Like I said, they can never be perfect. I don't know how, why, but I try so hard, but they're never exactly the same. One is always hotter than the other. The other is just looking crazy. But hey, we gotta do what we gotta do, don't we? So I'm going to do the other brow in a minute, and I'm just going to be quiet and let you guys watch the application all over again, and you see how different they come out. But I like the other brow better. It's more natural looking in the beginning of the brow near the nose than this one, so you'll notice that. And you see all my freckles in this video? Ugh, yuck. This is why I wear makeup every day, to cover up my freckles, because they're only on one side and it sucks. But, hey, that's just me. Now I did go off camera sometime or just bent down too low when I was doing the other brow, so please forgive me. But on this brow, you can see everything. But you get the idea. Alright, so we're about to do something a little different from the usual with the eyebrows. We're going to do them backwards. We're going to add the concealer before we actually add the powder, gel, pencil, or liquid gel liner that we usually would start with. I don't know why this particular day I wanted to do this, but I drew out the outline of how I wanted my eyebrows to be, and then I just filled them in later with a powder, Brazen powder by Hip, and I like this way a lot better too. You can try this way too. I'm just taking a little brush here and just thinning out the edges, and I'm cleaning it around. And yeah, try this and let me know if this is easier for you than the other way I do it.
What's up, everybody? It's Miss Montana De Leon with the eyebrow tutorial my way. There are 1,000 ways to do eyebrows, and I will put all the links below, the different ways that I've done eyebrows thus far. So you want to straighten out your eyebrows, even them out with either a brush or a spoolie, like the two items that I just showed you. You can purchase this anywhere that they sell makeup brushes, or you can go on eBay or Amazon. Next up, I'm going to use a gel, a brown eyeliner gel for this particular tutorial. I can also use a pencil or a brown eyeshadow powder, but today I'm using a gel. You take an angle brush like I just previously showed, and don't start at the very beginning with the color. Start back a little bit because you're going to blend the color towards the nose for a nice natural blended effect, but we'll deal with that in a second. Then you're going to make an arch to follow your natural eyebrow arch. I possibly didn't follow my natural eyebrow arch because I chopped mine halfway off because they grow crazy. They're sisters but not identical sisters, so they do what they want to do. So I'm trying my best to, find an arch and make a arch somewhere up there. And don't worry about it being messy, because up next I want to show you how we're going to fix that in just a second here. Then you're going to take the spoolie, or you can use a clean Q-tip, and we're going to bring some of that color back and forth, uh, gradually closer toward the nose area. You want to give it a natural faded effect, how our eyebrows naturally are sparse in the beginning. You don't want those squared off eyebrows. So then we're going to take this here comb brush combo thingamajig, and we're going to again spread that color back and forth just to give it a gradual shaded effect. Add more color if need be, like I am doing here. And then we're going to go ahead and spread that color back and forth again. Up next, we're going to take another angle brush. It's a different one from what I had before, but any angle brush that you can find to do these techniques with, go ahead and use those. I'm using a concealer that's 2 shades lighter, or maybe 1 shade lighter than my skin tone. Use whatever concealer you have, you like, that you can purchase. And this is going to be your eraser and your definer. I'm going to draw a line under and over. Sometimes I don't do over because it just works out perfectly on top, but definitely under to give it that highlighted effect, that natural highlight effect with the concealer under. Bring that color down so you can blend it. And here we are doing the top as well. You see how far out I'm going with that concealer? I'm going past where the eyebrow has started. Just a little past that, and I'll show you why later. Then I'm going to take a concealer brush, a foundation brush actually. Any kind of foundation brush that looks similar to what I'm using. And then we're going to blend that color out. Be careful not to touch your brow. Just blend that color out. That's why we brought the color down, the concealer down a little bit with the angle brush, so that we don't get too close to the eyebrow. Then in the middle and at the beginning with that leftover concealer, that'll give you even more natural effect and blend out the concealer in between your eyebrows. You can also do this same method using a sponge. Yep. Sponges are like 25 for probably like $3 at Walmart. You can also blend out with the sponge. Again, with the gradual shading of the beginning of the brow. And you can also do this with a fluffy brush. If you have any questions, concerns, leave the comments down below, but definitely check out the links I'm going to put below this video for other ways that you can do your eyebrow application. I'm going to show you a reverse way to do your eyebrow application. It's really cool. It may work for some of you ladies, but definitely check out the links below. Love some.
Hey everybody, Miss Montana here. So a young lady asked me to show her what I do as far as arching and grooming my eyebrows before I apply the makeup and everything. So what I use is this, and most of you all notice, common sense, if you look in the eyebrow tutorial videos, that half of my eyebrow is usually shaved off. So I use one of these eyebrow shapers. I continue to clean the half of it off, and then under here at an angle, I just take any new grown hairs off. I also use a straight razor. That's just what I do. And then I proceed to do my eyebrow tutorial, which I'll put the link under here for the eyebrow tutorial. Hope that helped.